So I grew up believing that money is something that is super scarce. I thought that money was something that we had to struggle like hell to get more of. And I have to admit that I used to believe that millionaires and billionaires are a completely different species who gets to live a ridiculously privileged and lavish life that I personally would never get to experience. Essentially, a community that is just way out of my league. However, it was only in the recent years where I began to realize how wrong I was. Well, to a significant extent. And the main flaw was that I was basically forgetting that rich people are fundamentally human beings as well. Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bianca, and today I am going to be upfront about the fact that I am not a millionaire or someone who is financially free at the time of filming this video, but I would like to discuss why I now believe that building a financial wealth, at least for the majority of us who are even able to watch this YouTube video, it's something that we don't necessarily have to view as a game involving the survival of the fittest. And I'd like to highlight how the prospects of achieving financial freedom might not actually be too far from reality. So let's dive deeper into my thought process behind this statement. But of course, the caveat to this is that I am making this statement whilst acknowledging that I probably have some privileges that others may or may not be able to have access to. But for most of you who are even able to watch YouTube videos, I guess I could, well, the keywords could, potentially argue that we might all be in somewhat of a similar financial background growing up. And so perhaps my statement could be applicable for most of us who are watching this video. So from how I see it, wealth creation is all about sticking to a cycle comprising of 3 steps. The first step is basically for us to internalize the fact that achieving financial freedom is actually something that is very achievable for all of us. So long as we are willing to work hard and smart, be patient with the process, and enjoy the journey whilst we're at it. Because if you think about it, if someone like an athlete were to walk into a match believing that they are going to lose before the game has even started, chances are that they are going to lose because they have already believed before the game started that they don't deserve better. So, the same logic applies to the concept of wealth creation. If you continue to believe that making money will involve a constant struggle for survival, chances are that you will end up finding yourself constantly struggling to make ends meet. So the very first and most crucial step before you take any action at all is to believe that you are capable of becoming wealthy and you can become rich because you have something unique to offer to the world. Other than that, another mindset that I would propose to internalize is for you to discontinue the thinking that money is the root cause of all evil. Alternatively, let's view money from a much more optimistic lens and consider how wealthy people have actually changed our lives in a positive way. This brings me to the second step, which is something that I personally found to be really fun, and it all boils down to the principle that money itself is not value. Instead, money is a tool for exchanging value. What this means at the end of the day is, as long as you're someone who is able to provide something of value to the right group of people, they will be more than happy to offer you money as a way of remunerating you for the form of value that you offer. And the easiest way for you to add value is to solve a problem that people have in their daily lives. And ideally speaking, this problem is more of a pain point rather than an itch. Don't believe me on this? Go and Google the richest people in the world and look through the list of the top 50, 100, or even 200 individuals. you'll quickly realize that these individuals are fundamentally entrepreneurs who have created something that solved a problem at a global scale and thereby provided massive value to us in our everyday lives. Let's take Microsoft as an example. Try to imagine a world where Microsoft Office products like Word, Excel, or PowerPoint don't exist. Pretty hard to, right? In fact, there were even memes on how the global financial system is just dead reliant on Microsoft Excel existing, and that basically proves the point that how Bill Gates and Paul Allen, which are the entrepreneurs in this example, have actually changed the world in such a profound and positive way. And ultimately, they became super wealthy as a side effect of adding value to others by solving problems. But if we were to bring the focus back to ourselves, no, you do not necessarily need to start a company in order to start adding value to others, and you certainly do not need to solve a global problem in order to make some money. All you have to do really ties back again to my first point about mindset, and it is a lot to do with training yourself to start seeing problems as an opportunity to create value. In your day-to-day lives, pay attention to the questions people ask, the problems that they or you yourself might face, and try to think about how you can actually address them. For instance, back when I was at university, I realized that pre-university science students, despite showing a strong interest and curiosity for this subject, struggle to translate their passion into words when they're writing their personal statement for their university applications. And sadly enough, many of them got rejected from their dream university, all because an admissions officer failed to see their enthusiasm through their writing. So in my position, I personally went through the same university admissions process as the ones that they are about to embark onto and got accepted into one of the top universities in the world. So that meant that I managed to get the steps right. Now, the big question that I got to ask myself is, how can I help future prospective applicants be successful with the university applications? This eventually led me to write an ebook detailing all my tips and advice on how someone could write a successful personal statement for their application into STEM degree courses at the UK university. To put it into simple terms, I have basically created a product that people could pay for in exchange for my knowledge on the personal statement writing process for UK universities, and that is a form of value. So that's just one example of how I managed to make some money by providing value to others. And in your circumstances, you just need to bear in mind that there are many stores of value in life. Knowledge, as how I've just mentioned, is one store of value, but so is time, happiness, convenience, entertainment, and so many other things. And most importantly, money only serves as a vehicle that interchanges these diverse forms of value with one another. So the challenge for you is, what kind of new innovative solution are you able to come up with that solves a problem that you and ideally your network faces in your everyday lives, or may potentially encounter in your near future? So let's now move on to the third and final step. Let's now assume that you have managed to accumulate a fair sum of money from creating value for others. In today's modern capitalist economic system, the next thing you could do with this newfound capital of yours is to make the money work for you. And you can achieve this in two main ways. The first option is to invest the money in yourself, whether it is by going back to school to acquire more knowledge and expand your network, by using the cash to fund the expansion of your business, by buying better equipment so that you can make better YouTube videos, and so on. Alternatively, the second method is for you to invest your money into other people's businesses via the stock market, angel investing, property, etc. The key thing is to make use of your available funds to invest into good opportunities as they come by, so that in the long run, you would have built a sustainable and consistent source of income, which ultimately contributes to your wealth creation goals. Keep in mind though that this is an iterative process. Everyone, regardless of their financial situation, just needs to start somewhere and keep on going if they want to realize their financial freedom dreams. The game is infinite, but I like to believe that as you progress throughout life, you will acquire more skills, expertise, and experiences that will all enable you to make more money so long as you're willing to stick to this cycle for the long run. With that being said, I hope that this video has managed to add value to your life in one way or another. In fact, this has actually been a topic that I have thought about for a really long time and really in depth about, especially because I am someone who has just entered the working world and have had many people telling me that it is the point of no return or it's time for me to become a corporate slave and so on and so forth. Till then, please like and subscribe. I will thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below on whether you agree or disagree with the points I've mentioned and why. And if you're interested, I've actually made another video documenting why keeping a gratitude journal keeps me grounded on what truly matters in life. And that's something that I personally found to be really important and something that I just gotta constantly remind myself of whilst I embark on my personal journey towards achieving financial freedom. So do check that out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!